I think the most important thing for people to hold in their minds right now is patience. We clearly don't want folks coming back to our city unless it's safe. Our crews have been deployed throughout the night making assessments and will continue to do that. We know that we have obviously have had very, very serious flooding. We've had damage of all sorts, but our concern right now is to make sure that our city is safe for the people who are there and the people who might be coming back. We do not have power. However, I'm at the Emergency Operations Center here in St. Johns County, spoken to the Florida Power and Light folks, and they have a very aggressive plan for restoring that power. We have water that has been turned off in a portion of our city, so we have to make sure that's running. We know that we are dealing potentially with some health issues having to do with sewage, basically the kind of failure you have in a flood zone or floods like this or storm surges like this. So I haven't seen my house either, so I'm in the same boat as everyone else, and I think patience and being quite frankly grateful we're alive is probably where I am this morning. Yeah, let's not use the word cleanup yet, okay? What we're doing right now is assessing. We need to understand what we need to do first. And let me just give you an example of why that's important. We have obviously lots of down trees, and we have lots of down power lines. We want to make sure that streets are cleared so the electrical workers, the FP&L folks can get back in and do their work. There's a lot of assessing that we're doing, so our cleanup at this point is just underway. I would encourage everyone, as frustrating as it is, and as uncomfortable as it is, and as inconvenient as it is, stay home. We see many more injuries after a storm because people, it's just human nature. You want to go clean up the mess. I would really encourage people to try very hard not to do that, because any injuries, any kind of attention that our workers have to pay to folks who have gone out and become injured. Now, there may well be people in their homes who need medical assistance, and we're very aggressively looking for those folks, but let's just take a deep breath and stay put. And thank you for making folks aware of what the situation is. We did a great job, and we told people over and over again. We went with loudspeaker trucks through neighborhoods to evacuate, but I think one of the things that happens, and again, it's just human nature, it's very hard for all of us to get our heads around how big this storm really was, how dangerous it was, and many people are the night before, I don't know what night it is. Let's just say it must have been night before, last night. We did an assessment through the city trying to figure out who was still there. There was a window early morning where folks could have evacuated it, but our assessment was that maybe as many as half the folks stayed behind. And that's, it's just, you don't think it's going to happen, and I understand that, but that's about what we think happened.